Shalom, this is Kabash Ben Yasharala. And before I hop into today's lesson, I want to give all honor, glory, and praises to the Most High in the name of His Son, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, in the true Paleo Hebrew tongue. Ka, Halayim, La, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ha, Rakah, Kodash, Ma'amaf. I want to give a double honor to the apostles and elders, the GMS who rule well and teach well. I want to give a double honor to my elder as well, Aaron Ben Yasharala, the Lions Den Camp here in Jacksonville, Florida. And I want to say shalom to the Akim around the four corners of the globe, pushing this truth, sincerity. Ooh, slack you. But with that being said, this is going to be a quick spiritual hydration on the topic of doing what's required of us. So, I'm going to just get into it. James 1:22. But be ye doers of the word, and not hearers only, deceiving your own selves. For if, slack you. Verse 23. For if any man be a hearer of the word and not a doer, he is like unto a man beholding his face in a glass. For he beholdeth himself and goeth his way, and straightway forget what manner of man he was. So we're to be doers of the word. We can't just show up to camp, or just be listening to lessons, hearing the word. We have to abide by the word of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. Because if you're just hearing and you're not doing, you're deceiving yourself. They're like these people in these churches. They think because they like Monopoly, they think because they pass and go, they're doing their due diligence, but they're not. We're to seek the Lord constantly. Strive for truth until death, meaning strive for the gospel of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. Not only in preaching, but in learning. And even in the learning, we still gotta go revisit the things that we've studied before. Because you don't use it, you lose it. So we just gotta just stay focused. We gotta make sure we're abiding by the word of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. Because those who they hear the word, but they're not following the word of the Lord, they're looking at themselves according to carnal lenses. They look at themselves, they don't see the flaws and the errors of their way. So they'll put up their righteousness and continue on as the natural man versus the spiritual man that we were called to be. And the natural man gonna face the wrath of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. The spiritual man's striving for the grace and mercy of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. So we're the scripture says that make your calling and election sure. Walk worthy of the vocation wherewith we were called. So we can't just be going through the motions. We can't just be showing up to camp. We can't just be listening to lessons. We're to be studying, taking notes on our own time, seeking the Lord on our own time. This is an everyday thing. This isn't a one day out the week thing. It's not a when we feel like thing when it comes to serving Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. You don't want to forget what manner of person you were, that the Lord called you to be, that vessel of light. James 1:25. But whoso looketh into the perfect law of liberty and continueth therein, he being not a forgetful hearer, but a doer of the work, this man shall be blessed in his deed. So again, we're to constantly seek out the word of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai and just his ways and continue in them. We don't stop. We don't get complacent. We're not jogging in place. We striving. We can't be forgetful hearers. The Lord told us to consume the whole road. We can't bypass things of the gospel that we don't like, that we don't think is important, whatever the case may be. We gotta abide by the entire word of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai from cover to cover. Because by fulfilling the will of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, you're blessed in those deeds. When you go out on the highways and byways and prophesy. When you jump on and do your lessons. When you studying, you building up your wisdom to pour out to the Lord's garden, to water it and tend to it. The Lord is showing us favor. We're saved by our faith and our works. So if you're not working, striving towards Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, you putting him up like that looking glass. You're not You're not striving. You're becoming complacent, or you're just turning your back on the Lord. But that pretty much sums it up. So y'all right, that's all this lesson was edifying. And until next time, I'm gonna say shalom.